WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Don back here with another build video, man, and today I got y'all with a dope Brandon Ingram type of build. So it's a small forward that's kind of tall, can do a little bit of everything, especially shoot that thing. But before we even get too far into the video, man, make sure you do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I know a lot of y'all aren't, and y'all been enjoying the videos. Y'all should go ahead and subscribe and add me on Twitter if you want to get in touch with me or something like that. That's probably the quickest way to do it. But all right, man. Position, small forward, hand is up to you, jersey numbers up to you. Let's get into the body settings. We got 6'10", 200 pounds, minimum wingspan with a solid body type. You can go with compact as well. Oh man, B.I. been in the gym, it looked like, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into the finishing on this build. This build is excellent at finishing in the paint, as well as finishing, these 3-point shots from the outside. I can't be Brandon Ingram without some shooting. Now for the close shot, we're gonna take that up to an 80. For the driving layup, we will take this up to an 82, man. If you haven't been taking a lot of layups this year, they're super OP. You can make a lot of them. You just gotta use the right layup timing or the right layup type when you're going for these layups. Now for the driving dunk, we're gonna take this up to an 86, and you know that means we get those contact dunks. For the standing dunk, we're gonna take that up to an 82, which is pretty high, and we're actually gonna use Rise Up. We do get that thing on gold. And we're actually gonna use Rise Up. We do get that thing on silver, and we're gonna make good use of it. Now, time for the shooting on this build. So for the 3-point shot, we're going to max it out at a 93, so we can get that, the gold Limitless, the Hall of Fame catch and shoot, pretty much all types of stuff that we'll need on this build to be a knockdown shooter. It can't be Brandon Ingram without it. Now we can go ahead and put the 80 on the mid-range. The free throw, we're gonna take this up to a 70. I like to always keep it around this area to make my free throws nice and consistent. So for the pass accuracy, we're gonna go with a 78. I feel like this is just a decent little threshold to be at, as far as like, you don't want your passes, you don't wanna put too much into pass accuracy where you really won't need it much, because on this build, you're probably either gonna be catching and shooting or going straight to the rim. Like, you don't need a crazy amount of pass accuracy, but you also don't wanna, be in situations where you wish you had more. So we got ball handle of an 80. Your speed with ball, we're gonna take that all the way up. We only get a 73, but we not tripping about that one bit. For the perimeter defense, we're gonna take this up to an 80. And we will give this build some interior defense. We're gonna take this up to a 67. I know that's not like a crazy amount, but in all honesty, this build isn't meant to be like a center or anything like that. It is an outside player. And we're gonna take the steal up to a 70. The block, we're gonna take this up to an 87, and that does give us silver anchor, a very good badge. So for the offensive rebound, we're gonna take that up to a 30, just because it's gonna move it anyway when we move the defensive rebound. We're gonna take that defensive rebound up to a 65. Now for the physicals on this build, because we cannot forget the physicals, we're gonna take the speed up to a 75. Acceleration, we're also gonna take up to a 75. The strength, we're gonna leave it right where it is. For the vertical, we're gonna take that up to a 75. And last but not least, we're gonna take that stamina up to a 90, man. And now this build ends up with 20 finishing badges, 25 shooting badges, 18 playmaking, and 16 on defense. Pretty much everything you need on this build is as it is. Like, if this is like your rebirth build, you're good to go. You can go ahead and shore up any area that you feel like you need to. Like, for example, when we talk about the badges later on, it's going to be a couple short of being able to get volume shooter very high, so I'm only going to be able to get it on bronze. But the thing is, if you have all of those extra badges, which you should have about 5 at this point, you'll be able to add those in there to shore up the shooting and make it even better. Or you can add some of the defense. You can literally take this build a different way depending on where you put your extra badges at. Now for the takeovers, we do get slashing, shot creating, sharpshooting, and lockdown. I would personally go with finishing moves and limitless range. You can switch the order of those two. Just make sure that you make this build to match your playstyle, like I always say in my videos, because that is the most important thing about any build. Any build can be the best build if it's for you. Like, don't make this build because it looks like a good build if you don't play like this build will probably play. Now, all right, man, we can go ahead and finish it up so we can see these shades up and we can get the name of the build. Now, it comes out as shades of Sean Elliott, Brandon Ingram, and Kevin Durant, man. Some very, very solid comparisons, and we have built a 3-level score, man. Now, all right, let's get right into those badges so I can show you some of the best badges to put on this build so you can get the most out of this player. So starting off with the finishing badges, we got Posterizer Cord on tier 3 with a silver rise up as well, man. This build is actually pretty well-rounded. When it comes to finishing, it'll be able to finish in the post and also out on the perimeter slashing in. We got Aerial Wizard on gold with a gold Limitless Takeoff. Both of those things I actually feel like are super important to how this build is going to play. So for Aerial Wizard, that'll definitely be able to get you elite at catching those oops, and Limitless Takeoff speaks for itself, man. Everybody knows that badge is one of the best badges in the game as far as finishing goes. Then we got Slithery Finisher on silver with a silver Acrobat. And when it comes to shooting, we got Catch and Shoot on Hall of Fame Cord in tier 3. That is the most important badge to this build, that Hall of Fame Catch and Shoot. Then we got Blinders on gold, Limitless Range on gold, Agent 3's gold, Green Machine gold, and Volume Shooter on bronze. Now, if you wanted to add some extra badges, that'll probably be a good spot to start. Maybe put some extra on Volume Shooter, put that up to gold, and maybe put some badges in there so you can get Claymore. Either way would be a good way to do it. Now for playmaking, we actually got a bunch of different badges. We didn't need anything in tier 3 with the exception of Unpluckable. We want to have that on silver, but we got a silver Vice Grips, a silver Quick First Step, Bailout on bronze, and then we got just a plethora of badges in tier 1. So we got a silver Plant Breaker, Handles for Days on bronze, Hyperdrive on silver, and a silver Killer Combos. I really just didn't know where else to put this. If you can find better use for those badges, I would definitely suggest moving them to a different category so you can get a better use out of them. Now for the defense and rebounding, we don't get clamps on this build because of 6'10". I mean, the build would honestly be pretty fire if you could get clamps, but we do have that interior defense, not interior, but perimeter defense at an 80 to kind of make up for, you know, the lack of clamps on the build, so you'll still be kind of quick laterally. You just don't actually get the badge, and I don't feel like you're missing out on much. But tier 3 anchor on silver, make this build able to play a little bit of defense in the paint, get some of those blocks. Pogo Stick is a good badge, but on this build, in all honesty, you shouldn't be jumping like crazy. Then we got Box Out Beast on bronze, Chase Down on gold. You could use these badge points elsewhere if you want to. I mean, Chase Down isn't like super important. You're not going to get that many of them just based on how the game is designed this year. We got All Ball Pest on Hall of Fame. I feel like that is definitely one of the most important badges defensively, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you can stop those cuts. This is a small forward build, so you're gonna be playing off ball quite a bit, and off ball is gonna help you. Ankle braces, glove, and interceptor. Interceptor is really important to this build as well because it'll make you able to play those passing lanes, so you can be like that two-way glue type of guy on your team. It'll definitely make it easier for you to be an integral part of that 5. I'm assuming you're probably going to use this build in like Rec or Pro-Am or something like that. This build can't work for Park. You just have to change up the badges a little bit to make him more of a big man, and probably, you know, change up the rebounding a little bit, add some more defensive rebounding to get Box Out Beast a little bit higher. But that's pretty much it for me, man. I will catch y'all boys in the next one. I'm going to go ahead and slide on out of here. But before you do, make sure you do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter. Got the Twitter down at the bottom of the video. You see at Don of the Dead, Don_of_the_dead. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch some other videos, man. I have plenty of bangers. Any build, any position that you need, I do have it on the channel, all set up in a playlist type fashion, so you can find a bunch of different types or different viewpoints on the builds as well. But yeah, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I am up out of here. Peace.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the